Welcome to fourth grade daily number workout. So let's start by heading your paper, daily number workout number 1. So today is our introduction to the daily number workout. So we'll take our time and get a good start. So once you have daily number workout at the top, number 1, and you can make that number symbol, then you're going to write word form on your paper, right underneath that. Very nice and neat. Make sure you're not skipping any lines because you're going to need the space on your page for all the work we're going to do with the number 1 in less than 15 minutes. So first word form of the number 1 is, of course, O-N-E. Once we have that, we're going to write factors. Factors are numbers that we multiply together to get our workout number of the day. So the factors of 1 is 1 times 1. So if I write that out, equals 1. Now, once we know all the factors, that's the only factors that go into 1, then we want to ask ourselves, is this number even or odd? And we know that any number that is in the ones place that is 1, 3, 5, 7, or 9 is an odd number. So we want to write odd on our paper. And then we want to ask ourselves if it's prime. Is number 1 prime? Well, any number that only has the factors of itself and 1, so the only numbers that can multiply to get a number is 1 in itself, is a prime number. So let's write prime. All right, then we're going to come down here to addition. So our next category will be addition, and you're like, wow, that's easy. Addition's easy. So let's just move our paper up so we have plenty of room to see the addition. So we're just going to add, pretty easy, 1 plus 1 equals 2. 1 plus 2 equals 3. 1 plus 3 equals 4. 1 plus 5 equals 5. 1 plus 6 equals 6. 1 plus 7, I bet you some of you are ahead of me already. 1 plus 8 equals 8. 1 plus 9 equals 9. And 1 plus 10 equals 10. Linear measurement that we're going to work on is inches. So we're going to say we have 1 inch today. So 1 inch, 1 in. And we're going to find the equivalent in feet. So there are 12 inches in every foot. So this would be 1 out of 12. So 1 inch is 1/12 of a foot. Then we're going to go to the next step and do yards. Always going back to the beginning. And how many inches are in a yard? 36 inches. So this is 1 out of 36. So 1 inch is 1/36 of a yard. All right, let's go into metric linear measurements. So we have a centimeter. So let's write down 1 centimeter. That would be an cm. And that is equal to decimeters. And it takes 10 centimeters to make a decimeter. So this would be 1 out of 10 centimeter or decimeters. And then we're going to move on to meters. Meters. And 1 centimeter, there's 100 centimeters in every meter. So this would be 1/100th of a meter. All right, let's move on to liquid measurement. So let's say ounces. So we're going to start with 1 ounce, which is 1 OZ. And we're going to equal that to cups. Well, how many ounces are in a cup? There are 8 ounces in a cup. So this would be 1 out of the 8 ounces. So it's not a full cup. It's just 1/8 of a cup. And then we're going to go to pints. There are there are 16 ounces in a pint. So we have 1 out of the 16th, and pint is abbreviated PT. Then we have quarts. And I'm getting carried away here. Quarts. And there are 32 ounces in a quart. So this is 1/32 of a quart. So that would be QT. And last but not least, we have gallons. And there are 128 ounces in a gallon. And this is just 1 out of the 128 of a gallon. All right, you're looking good. Let's go to metric, which will be milliliters. And we're going to say we have 1 milliliter, which was an ml, equals how many liters? Well, there is 1,000 milliliters in every liter. So it would be 1/1000th. And that is our number workout for our first day. I will see you the next time we meet.